Hi crocheters of the world! In this tutorial, as I promised in the tutorial of the grain spike pattern stitch, I want to show you how to work this beautiful beret that I designed with this stitch. I think it's really nice. It's lovely beret. Look at this, I don't know, this beautiful flower here. It's like a flower motif because I worked the decreases, and I don't know, I think it's really nice. So we will begin from here. Okay, so not with the crown as usual. We work a hat, but from here. So we will begin with a chain multiple of 6. Now I am working with a 4mm hook and DK medium worsted yarn. It's 50-50% wool and acrylic, mine. But you can work it with any kind of yarn and crochet hook. So all that you need is the circumference of the head for whom you want to work the beret, because you just have to try it if it fits or it not fits. So you can add or put more or less chains. I began with and I will begin with 66 chains, so it's multiple of 6, but of course you can put more or less to get the right size that you want. So I will work my 66 chains and I will be back to show you how to begin the very first round. There is another beautiful thing that I want to tell you about this beret, is that it can be wear like this or on the wrong side. Look, isn't it beautiful on the wrong side too? So I think it's really nice. So you can use it like a double face beret. Okay, now I have here my chains, 66 chains, and now I want to join them in round, of course, because we are working in rounds, and we have to be to pay attention not to twist the chain stitch when while joining. So insert the hook into the first chain and join. Now for the first round, really easy, we will work a double crochet into each of our chain. So chain 2, this will not count as a stitch, and into the very first chain work your first double crochet and go on and work 1 double crochet in each of your chain for a total of 66. So I will have 66. If you decide to put more or less, you'll have the number of chains. The same number, it must be the same number of chains, the number of the double crochets of the first round. Okay, so go on and work your first round. I will work mine and I will be back to show you how to continue on. I finished my first round, and now for the second. From the second we will work only front post double crochets. Now chain 2 we will not count this chain 2 as a stitch, and around the first double crochet work your first front post double crochet, then work 5 more for a total of 6. 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and a chain 2. Now again 6 double crochets and a chain 2. We don't skip any double crochet, we just continue on with the very next double crochet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now chain 2 and go on like this. Actually we have a multiple of 6, so we just split our groups of 6 double crochets with this chain 2 space in between them. So we will end the round with a chain 2 and of course a slip stitch into the very first double crochet to join. So I finished my second row and I have my groups of 6 front post double crochets divided by the chain 2 space. Now in this chain 2 space I will begin actually to work the pattern, the grain spike pattern and the grain spike motifs here into the chain 2 space. And we will work, so I will work the 6 front post double crochet as they are. So 1, 2, oops, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And now into the chain 2 space, we, as I said, we begin the motif. So chain 2, single crochet into the chain 2 space and chain 2 again. And we go on like this for this round. Then we will begin with our grain spike motif. So with 4 rounds of the spike motif, and we will continue on with the group of 6 in between them. Okay, so I will go on and work my 5 rounds, so this one and the 4 with the puff stitch, and I will be back to show you how to open, to close these motifs and how to open other motifs. But it's the same thing as the pattern stitch, so you just have to watch that tutorial. Below this video you have the link of it, and if you don't know the tutorial you just have to watch it to understand the pattern, of course. So I will not repeat it in this tutorial. I will just go on and explain it to you how to work the beret actually. Okay, so go on and work these 5 rounds. I will work mine and I will be back to show you how to continue on. I finished my round here with the chain 2 and the slip stitch, and now for the next round in between the motifs we want to work what we worked here. We will work here and the chain 2, so what we worked here we will work on the motif, on the spike motif. Okay, so I chain 2 and I am working my first group of 3 double crochets. And now chain 2, single crochet into the chain 2 space of the previous row and chain 2 again. Oops. And the next group of 3 double crochets. Okay. Now here we want to work the chain 2 and we skip the motif and we work the next 3 double crochets, front post double crochets. Okay, and we'll go on like this, continue on like this all this round. Now from the next round we will begin the motif with the puff stitch, so the spike motif here. Okay, and this means that here we will work the group of 6 double crochets. So we will skip the chain 2 and we will go on to work as we worked here the entire group of 6 double crochets. So go on, work your 4 rounds of the motif, of the spike motif, and I will work mine and I will be back. Of course I have to finish this first and I will be back to show you how to continue on, because after this sequence of after I will finish this motif, the second motif actually, from the third motif we will begin with the decreases for the crown of the hat. of the beret actually. So this is the second motif that we are working at now. And then at the end of the second motif, so after we will complete our 4 rounds with the puff stitch, we will begin with the decreases rounds for the third. So this is the third motif. Okay, there are only 3, so just go on and work your second. So I finished my second motif, spike motif. Here it is, my 4 rounds of spike motif, of the spike motif. And now I said green spike, of course, and now I said how I said before, this will be the first round of decreases. So we will work the same thing for the pattern. So we want to open here with chain 2, and over the spike we will work 2 chain, single crochet in the middle and 2 chain. But we want to decrease these 2. So we have groups of 3 here, 1 2 3, 1 2 3, and we will decrease the 2 that are, let's say, the border of the spike. So these 2 and these 2. Okay, let me show you. Chain 2 and work this one normally, and these 2 we will work them together in a decrease. This decrease can be made like this. So work the first one, only a half of it, and remain with the loop on the hook. Yarn over, work the next one, and remain with the loop on the hook. 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And we can decrease like this. Or there is another way to decrease with the front post. Yarn over, around, and pull, insert the hook around both of the stitches that we want to decrease. Pull the yarn and work your double crochet. Okay, so these are the 2 ways of decrease. You can choose one, you can just change the, I will go on with this, with the second way of decrease, but maybe I think later on I will go on with the other one, so there will not change anything on the project. Okay, and now that we made the first decrease, chain 2, single crochet, and chain 2 over the spike. Now work the 2, the border of the spike. So we have 3. Now we are talking about groups of 3. Okay, this is the next group of 3. We have 6 here, but we are talking about this. So I will decrease. So I am around these 2, working my double crochet, and now I will work this one normally. Now in between, because we want to split the group, we chain 2 and we work normally this one, and we want to decrease these 2. Okay, so this is how we want to go on for this round, the first round of decreases. And over the spike we chain 2, single crochet in the middle and chain 2. And now we will decrease these 2. And we will normally work the next one. Chain 2 to split the group and work a normally. So in the mirror actually we work a normally. We finished the group of 3 with a normally. We begin the next group of 3 with a normally, double crochet, so without a decrease, I mean, and then the next 2 we work a decrease. and then chain 2, single crochet in the middle, chain 2, and again the decrease, then the double crochet, chain 2, don't forget to chain 2 because we have to split here to create the places for the next group of motifs, for the next motif, spike motif, okay, here in the middle, in between these two, okay. Now chain 2, work 1 double crochet and 1 decrease, okay. And this is how we have to go on for the rest of this round. Don't forget to decrease, it's very important. So instead of group of 3, you will have group of 2, chain 2 and 2. And into the next round we will chain 2 here over the spike, and then into the next round where we will begin the spike motif here, we will work 4 instead of 6. We'll work 4 here. I will show you on the finished beret. So can you see here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 in between the spike motifs, and here 6. This is the second, this is the third. Okay, so we are going to work the third motif. So I didn't finish the round with the decreases, but I just want to tell you something very important. You have to finish this round with this is the last group of double crochets, so with a decrease, then the normal double crochet, a chain 2, and then slip stitch into the very first double crochet to finish the round, so to join the round. It's very important because I forgot to do it, and you will see the mistake, my mistake, and there is a problem because you will lose one motif from the third part of the motifs, okay. So it's very important to chain 2 here because it's the chain 2 here that where we want to begin another set of another motif of spikes. So it's important, sorry, but that's it. Okay, so I finished this round, first round of decreases, and I finished it with a decrease, and now I want to slip stitch. Okay, for the next round we just go on and work normally the pattern. So actually we will work chain 2 and one and 2 double crochets. So pay attention, we have only 2, we don't have 3 anymore. Chain 2 to close this motif and work 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. And here we want to open, so chain 2, single crochet into the chain 2, and work your 2 front post double crochet. So this is very important, don't let you confused by the decreases, and work only 2 double crochets instead of 3 that we had first. Okay, so as you can see we have only 2. Okay, go on and work this round like this. So we'll have 2 and 2, and then okay, I will be back to show you, but it's actually okay. I will be back. I will work these, so work your decreases normally, so work your stitches that you decreased actually normally now in this round, and the pattern normally. Okay, So have you finished this round? Not yet. I almost finished it. I am back to show you, just to underline this idea that you have here you have the stitch, one stitch, okay, but here where you just worked the decrease, you have two stitches, and this is very important. Now I just want to show you: chain 2, single crochet, and chain 2, and work 1, and this is 1, okay, and here we have 2, and it's easy to go wrong, so it's easy to work both of them, and we don't have to separately. I think I was meaning, so this is a really could be a really big mistake, because it's the decrease, so we want to work it like one stitch, not two stitches, okay. So that's all. Now chain 2, and let us work the decrease. So work 1 and 1 more, and now we want to insert the hook into the first double crochet. So here it is the tricky part, okay. This round actually is the first round, the first decreasing round, and yes, it's a little bit tricky when you work with the front post, okay, not with normal double crochet, because it can be this confusion. But if you pay attention, okay, you can do it. Now for the second row, we just go on and work like the normal pattern. So only that, of course, we already have our 2 groups of 2 double crochets, not 3 but 2, as you can see, 1 2 1 2 1 2, okay, that's all. So we will just want to work these 2 together with these 2, okay, and here we want to begin the puff stitch, so the spike, grain spike. So we chain 2 and we work 1 and 2, and we skip the chain 2 and we work again 1. So instead of 6, now we will have only 4, okay, they are only 4. And now we just want to work into the single crochet the puff stitch, the 2 puff stitches. So chain 1 into the single crochet, work the first puff stitch, chain 1, another puff stitch, and chain 1, and continue on. So this is just what I wanted to show you, that we have only 4, okay, so it's really important. So 1 2, and now we skip the chain 2 and we work the next 2, okay. Can you see we have 2, we have a group of 4. Okay, work this round and repeat this round one more time, and I will be back to show you the next decrease round. So I finished the second round of the motif, and can you see we just go on and create the crown of the hat. So we just go on and close the hat actually up on the upper part. Can you see? It's so nice. I just love this beret. It's really beautiful. And now this motif is actually, I don't know, just perfect. And now what we want to do, I said, into the third round of the motif will be, so this third round of the motif will be another round of decreases. So we will chain 2 as usually and work the very first double crochet, and then this will be the decrease. The 2 in the middle will be decreased, so will be worked together, these 2. Okay, and then the last one, work it normally. And then the motif, chain 1, puff stitch, chain 1, puff stitch again, you know, just the spike motif, chain 1. And now again on the 4 double crochets we work the first, then we work a decrease, so the next 2, we want to work the next 2 together as I just show you, and the last normally. Okay, so actually after this round we will have 3. Okay, so just continue on and work your third round of the motif with the decreases that you have to work. Okay, so I finished my third round with the decreases, and now I have the group of 3 front post double crochet instead of 4 that I had before. Okay, so now for the last, yes, it's the last round for the spike grain motif, so the 4th, we will just go on as we are, so we don't want to decrease. So chain 2, work your first double crochet, front post of course, then your second, and the same thing I want to tell you that it's important not to go wrong here and to work 2, because here it's 1 stitch, so even if here we have 2 stitches, we just want to go around the 2 posts, okay, because we just already worked the decrease. Okay, and now the last one, and now we have 3. Now the grain spike motif, so chain 1 into the chain 1 space in between the 2 puffs, work the okay, and chain 1 again, and now the group of 3 front post double crochets. Okay, so go on and finish this last round of motifs, and then I will be back to show you how to finish. We have 2 or 3, I'm not sure, rounds to finish our beret, and you'll have a very beautiful and particular and original beret. So I finished the last round with the puff stitch for the grain spike motif, and now we'll have 2 rounds of decreases, of course. So we have 3 double crochets, and in every first and second will be a decrease. Okay, so chain 2 and work a decrease over the first 2 double crochets, and then work the third one normally, and now we'll have 2 okay double crochets. Now chain 2, work a single crochet, and chain 2 again over the spike motif, and again we are on the group of the double crochets, so we work 1 decrease and 1 front post double crochet, and then chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, and we want to go on like this for this round of decreases. So from 3 double crochets we will remain with 2 double crochets for each group. So I finished my round with decreases. Now I have groups of 2 front post double crochet, and in this round we will not decrease because we have to close the grain spike motif. So instead of chain 2 single crochet chain 2, we will work only chain 2. So this is actually another step to close our beret. So chain 2 and skip to the next group of 2 front post double crochet, and of course work them, and again chain 2 and skip to the next group, and like this 1 2, and skip to the next and work the 2 front post double crochets. Okay, so we'll have something like this at the end of this round. Okay, so now that I finished this round with chain 2 in between the groups of 2 double crochets, into the next round we will work only and only the double crochets. So we will skip the chain 2, and we'll go on all around to work our double crochets. So because I began with 66 chains, yes, with 66 chains, I have 11 motifs, and now I have 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22. Yes, 22 double crochets. Sì. Yes, there are sorry, there are 22 double crochets, so we have to work these 22 double crochets. So 1 and 2, and we skip the chain 2 and work the next group of double crochet, front post double crochets, and try to work it not loose, so a little bit tight, not very tight, but more than usually, let's say. Okay, so skip the chain 2 and work your skip the chain 2 and work your only your groups of double crochets. Okay, now that I finished this round, I have 22 double crochets, so I have only these 22 double crochets, and from these 22 we must have into the next, at the end of the next round, we must have only 11. This means that we will make a decrease over each of our group of 2 double crochets. So, and again work tight. So these 2 we will work them together, then these 2 work them together. So as you can see, when I close the double crochet, I just try to put the 2 loops very nearly, because I don't want to create ugly spaces. So I insert the hook around the two double crochets, and I work just one double crochet. So it's not a normal decrease, it's just yarn over around both double crochets and work one double crochet like this, and just go on to the end. So I must have 11 double crochets. Okay, so I finished the last round. I have 11 front post double crochets all around, and now it's your choice how to actually finish it. You can just work a single crochet round and put some 2 or 3 actually decreases if you want to, or you can cut the yarn and sew it to sew actually here the space, okay, and tight and close this little space that we have here. Okay, so this is your choice. I will sew it, so like this. It's really easy. You can make put a pom-pom. I think I will. I don't know why, but this kind of beret quest for a pom-pom, I think. Okay. And just go on the back side like this. Back into each of your 11 stitches like this, and then when you are ready you just pull the yarn, oops, like this, and it's just perfect. Now we have to make a little knot to secure, and here we are. Perfect. Our beret is ready. Okay, so hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for new tutorials. I will have more because I really adore to crochet and to create items, and of course to share them with you. So don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials. Bye bye.